The little boy witnessed the most infuriating scene at the park. The girl he liked was with another guy. Dejected, Mike quietly headed home, but Mary's dog kept circling around him, barking non-stop. Already frustrated and upset, he became even more agitated and impulsively threw a tennis ball. Unexpectedly, as the dog chased after the ball, it collided with a passing car. Hearing the commotion, Mary's father rushed over. Upon seeing the dog's terrible condition, he said nothing and turned back toward the house. When he reappeared, he was carrying a weapon. Right there in front of everyone, he shot the dog dead, stuffed the body into a garbage bag, and dumped it by the roadside. The next day, Mike watched as a sanitation worker carried away the dog's remains, feeling a mix of emotions. Just as a wave of guilt began to wash over him, he spotted Mary laughing and chatting with her boyfriend. The anger he'd been suppressing erupted once again, and he stormed off alone into the woods, desperately trying to vent his emotions. That's when Mary's little brother John quietly followed him. Seeing Mike destroying the secret fort they had built together, John couldn't help but demand to know why he was doing this. Mike was still seething with rage, and seeing John trying to stop him only made him angrier. He grabbed a stick and hurled it without thinking. To his horror, it struck John and knocked him down. Mike froze. He tried calling John's name over and over, but got no response. In that moment, he finally realized he had done something terrible. But instead of calling the police or getting help, he dragged the body and threw it into a deep crevice. After disposing of the body, Mike fled the scene. Before long, Mike's worst fears came true. John's mother searched everywhere for her son and desperately asked the neighbors if they'd seen him. When the adults questioned him, Mike lied, claiming he hadn't seen John at all. He walked past everyone trying to appear calm, but inside, he was panic-stricken. The police soon launched an investigation and even broadcast news of John's disappearance on television. Mike was a nervous wreck, and his mother assumed he was heartbroken over his friend's disappearance. Although Mike's account during police questioning differed slightly from others, his young age made investigators attribute the inconsistencies to nerves. The police searched virtually every corner of the town except for the woods. Eventually, a supermarket employee with a criminal record became the prime suspect because he had parked his car near the forest on the night John disappeared. The second day after John's disappearance was Christmas Eve, and the townspeople had gathered at the church to celebrate. Only John's father, Sean, couldn't sit still. He couldn't bear how indifferent everyone seemed about his son's disappearance. Finally, his emotions boiled over and he broke down in the church, screaming out his despair in front of the entire congregation. The following day, under enormous public pressure, the police organized a town-wide search of the woods. This sent Mike into a state of extreme anxiety as he trailed at the back of the group, terrified that the truth would be exposed. The searchers formed a line and began a systematic sweep, slowly but surely closing in on the spot where he had hidden the body.